Today I am making some of my solid dish soap. Here's one of them, and if you saw my short video that I had, I made a new and improved scrubby for the solid dish soap. Business is Stone Lake Bloom and Bliss. So I have Blooms, the garden side, and the Bliss, the Bath and Body soap side. So I'm thinking of something to pair with my daffodils that will be blooming in a not so distant future. So I'm not sure if I'm going to call it a bloom in a bar or something to that effect. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. So I do have maybe a half a dozen bars right now, but I'm going to replenish. So let me flip the camera around and I'll show you what goes into my solid dish soap. I'm using olive oil, coconut oil, castor oil, and I'm using regular distilled water in my sodium hydroxide for my lye solution. I'm also adding beeswax and citric acid. I'm using lemon essential oil. I have a little in this bottle, and then I just got a new bottle here. I have my recipe that I've run through soap calc. I have my heat thermometer, my shield, my batter bowl, my cordless immersion blender, my gloves, some utensils, my rags, because if you watched my other soaping videos, you know I do not wash my dishes immediately after making soap. I actually wait until it hardens, so it's safe for my drains and my septic. And of course, I have my cute little molds. I am back. I have my oils melted and my cooled lye solution. But before I continue, I want to give credit where credit is due. I got this recipe from Ellen at Ellen Ruth Soap. She has a fabulous YouTube channel. I've learned so much from her. She's been a soaper for many years. And I like her additions in this one of beeswax and citric acid. So let me just tell you what each of these ingredients does for this dish soap. Hardens the bar. This is the beeswax. Hardens the bar, improves durability, adds a slight water resistance, and boosts longevity over lather, which is good for a dish soap. Also, the citric acid cuts the grease better, reduces soap scum, improves cleaning performance, and acts as a chelator, which is, it helps stabilize the soap and can slightly improve the shelf life. So that's what you want in a dish soap, right? It's wet. I always keep mine by my kitchen sink on a soap lift because wetness of a bar of soap is the demise. You want to keep it dry after its use, in between uses. Let me turn the camera down and you can watch me as I put together this solid dish soap. 103 for my oils. 107 for lye solution. And remember, in the lye solution, I have the citric acid. So easy soap here, right? No micas, no colorants, no swirls, no multiple pictures. In goes the lemon essential oil. Just going to give it a quick little buzz. And it smells fabulous. That made 7 perfect little bars. So now remember, I don't wash this out right now. Let's get this to the side. I wipe off my utensils as best I can. even the towel, and this goes in the sink for about 24 or 48 hours. So we are back. It's the next day. Remember the soap we poured? Here it is, 7 rounds. So I'm going to package them, and if you saw my short video with the loofah, I use it to make these cute little scrubbies that the soap goes in. So this is what the loofah looks like when you take it apart. So we'll unmold our soap and we'll make some more scrunchies and we'll get them all packaged up. So here's kind of everything. I have my loofah material. This is my prototype that I made. I have my little scrunchies, more little scrunchies here. My packaging, I have some labels that I printed on Canva. So first of all, let's take our soap out of the mold. Easy peasy, no cutting here. Aren't those adorable? So these have been sitting for about 24 hours. Here's a little different shape here. So remember, these are cold processed soap. So they are gonna take 4 to 6 weeks to cure. Get rid of this. So here they are, the ones I just took out of the mold. I'll set those aside. So this one I've had for a little while. It's fully cured. So we're going to go ahead and make one of our scrubbies. These work so nice for dishwashing. You don't need an additional brush, just a little scrubby works perfectly. So 10 inches I think was the right size. So we'll just kind of guesstimate here, right about there. So there you go. So then I'm gonna stay with the yellow theme. I'm gonna put this in the center. I'm gonna put the other 2 ends together as best as possible. And then I have these other little rubber bands. Like I mentioned before, these my granddaughters use as little hair ties. So just grab the ends here as close together as possible. And we're just gonna wrap this around as many times as it takes until it's really tight. And then I'm just gonna kind of pull it to the end here a little bit. I don't want a lot of excess there. There we go. Now I will trim the excess. Doesn't have to be perfect because you won't see it. And now you turn it inside out, and there's your perfect little scrubby. You pop your soap in, and then as you use the soap, it'll just kind of, it'll take up the space there. And when you get down to a really thin bits of your soap, I keep those. And when I have 2 or 3 of them, then I'll put those all together inside my little scrubby here. Okay, so the way I package it is I take a bag, I drop it in, and then I take my label, solid dish soap lemon, and I kind of tuck this as a